Last night I saw Love Actually, directed by Richard Curtis and starring a whole crop of blokes. We'll get into that later. We're gonna start at the beginning here. When I left for the movies tonight, or last night, sorry, full transparency. When I left for the movies last night, I was going to see It's a Wonderful Life at the Brattle, which is maybe as good as it gets as far as seeing a movie at a theater, and I was so fired up. I leave. It's a 6:30 movie. I leave at like 5 o'clock. I'm not even really looking at traffic because I think an hour and a half that should be fine. Put it in. It says 1 hour and 30 minutes to the theater. So my ETA is 6:30. So that's right away. I'm like, all right, this probably isn't happening. So I leave and there's so much traffic. Obviously, it's an hour and a half to Cambridge, but there's so much traffic. It's completely insane. And that ETA just keeps going up, and I'm like, oh gee. Eventually, when we're in the standstill, I'm like, it's a Friday night in December. It's a Wonderful Life. It's a decently popular movie. This sucker might be sold out. So I check, and sure enough, the sucker's sold out. So I'm crushed right there. Not only have I been in traffic for 45 minutes with another 50 minutes in front of me, but this movie's sold out. Probably, it's my favorite Christmas movie. It's probably one of my 5, 7 favorite movies of all time. Anyway, so I'm just lost there. I pull off and I'm looking at other showtimes, and I see Love Actually at Alamo Drafthouse. I hate Alamo Drafthouse. I'll get more into it once you know what? No. So I pick this theater, Love Actually, and there's a time actually when I'm driving there where the ETA still keeps going up. This movie's at 6:32, and when I originally changed over, it's a little closer, but it starts climbing as well. And there's a point where this one's at 6:40, and I'm thinking, am I gonna have to trudge up to Watertown to see this thing? Because I'm seeing a movie tonight. I'm going to a movie. I'm not driving around for 4 hours and not seeing a movie. The people need their popcorn. That's what I like to say, folks. So I get to Alamo Drafthouse, and like I said, I hate this theater. It is the worst movie theater, not just this one, but the chain in America. If you don't know what Alamo Drafthouse is, obviously it's a movie theater, and they pride themselves on being like the theater where it's like no talking, no texting. Great, that's awesome. They're super strict about it. I've never actually seen them have to be strict about it, but they really nail it into your brain before the show that they'll have to escort you out if you're on your phone or being a disturbance or anyway. Now you think, oh wow, that's great. That sounds pretty cool. No, because they have waiters running around the movie theater the entire time. They serve full meals. They have mixed drinks. They got milkshakes. So the entire movie, there's waiters running and doing like a fake little duck. You're not ducking to 3 feet tall to actually get onto the screen. You're just making yourself more compact, taking up more of the screen. They're dashing around. They're bringing in burgers. They're bringing in chili. They're bringing in nachos. It's disgusting. It smells like a Chili's in there. You walk into a movie theater, you want to be smashed in the face with the smell of popcorn. No, you're walking in there and you're smelling disgusting Chili's in Plymouth. Not that Chili's is gross, but you don't want to smell. I love Chili's. Full disclaimer, I love Chili's. But you don't want to go into a movie theater and smell a freaking Chili's. No, get out of here. And the actual seat at the theaters themselves, they're just small. They just annoy me. Everything about this theater annoys me. Even those little cutesy little like, oh, put your phone away. They're so like, they annoy me. I always make a point to like check the time like 4 times throughout the movie, which is not something that I need to do when I'm at a movie. But if you're I hate Alamo Drafthouse so much that I really want to stick it to them. And when you're getting popcorn and a drink, they has to be brought to you by a waiter. The first time I went in there, I looked like an absolute fool. I scanned my ticket and I'm walking around like a lost puppy. I'm like, where can I get popcorn? And they're like, oh, just order at your seat. And I feel like I'm one of the fatzos in Wall-E doing that. Like, I want to go get my popcorn, stand in line, walk back to it. It's an experience. I don't want to sit there like, hey, give me that popcorn, my bowl of popcorn, and my soda. They actually bring you a bowl of popcorn. Like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, no, I want the movie theater experience, folks. And the drink, it's like a restaurant drink. It's one of those plastic at the top. Like, I'm complaining a lot here. I was very, very wound up going into this movie. I was in a very bad mood. And even once the movie started, before the movie starts, I'm thinking, you know what? If I'm in such a rotten mood, maybe a nice Christmas movie is just what I need to turn me around. But no, for like the first 20 minutes, I was so annoyed. And I think that's because of these waiters running around. And I actually was thinking after like a half hour, I was so tired and I was just annoyed. Oh, another thing, I bought a handicap seat by accident. I did this at Hamnet. I sat in a handicap seat. That was not an accident. I don't want this to be a whole thing. I don't want this to be a storyline. I have much respect for the handicapped community, for the elderly community. There was nobody that sat in these seats. Some might say it's because they were taken, but there was nobody in these seats before I took them, and nobody was looking for them once I was in them. It was another accident, and I will try not to do it again. But yeah, once the movie starts, I'm just so annoyed by these people running around. And the reason that I wouldn't have left anyway, but I was thinking, like, I should just leave. I should just go home. I'm tired. I can get home by like 8:15. And I can watch something else at home. I can watch It's a Wonderful Life at home. But I couldn't leave because I hadn't paid for my popcorn yet. They bring you your bill like at the end of the movie. It's so annoying. I'll jump to the end just to finish this waiter saga. In the last like 10, 15 minutes of the movie, there's waiters that walk around and hand the bill to everyone. Everyone that ordered anything. So you're just like, oh, yep, I'm trying to watch the emotional climax of the movie here. I'm trying to see if Liam Neeson's son gets the girl. But nope, we're like, oh yeah, thanks. Here's a card. Anyway, I don't want to cough. It's gross. Sorry. So the movie actually gets rolling, and I was charmed. I'm going to be completely honest. Yeah, I ended up being so charmed. Right away, I was like, oh, I didn't know this movie is British, but that was just me being a prick at the start, just looking for things to complain about. British comedy gets a kick out of me. I hate the Monty Python. I hate the Monty Python crew. I've only seen The Holy Grail and Life of Brian, a combined of 40 minutes, 20 of each, because they sucked so bad. But like new age British comedy, all from what I've seen at least, I always get a good chuckle out of it. It's lame, it's kind of corny, but it makes me laugh. The whole cast, I mean, they're all, I'll get into it. Like, pretty much everyone is great. Like, Hugh Grant isn't the main character, but when Hugh Grant's in a movie, you spend the whole time, like, in this movie especially, he's like the 8th or 9th guy. It's like, all right, we get back to Hugh Grant. He's that great. Hugh Grant is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually have the whole cast written down. Alan Rickman was there. I didn't like him so much. Bill Nighy, I think that's how you pronounce it. It can't just be Bill Nighy. He was a riot. I mean, there's a lot. Laura Linney was really good. There's a lot of British chaps I don't really know. Colin Firth, he's kind of a wet blanket. Or not really a wet blanket. I guess I kind of like a damn towel, but he's not anything great. Keira Knightley, we'll get into her later. That was one of the 2 storylines I didn't like. Yeah, let me just go around the room. Liam Neeson's great. So I don't know if anyone doesn't know what Love Actually is about. It's like 9 stories around Christmas time, and they intertwine them all. And I mean, that's great. You're just bouncing around, which is fun. It's a damn good time. And above all, Love Actually is there underneath it all. That's kind of the whole point of the story, believe it or not, folks. So the 2 storylines that didn't work for me, I'll say these first, was there's an Alan Rickman and his wife, like, and him cheating on his assistant, and really not much cheating on his wife with his assistant, but not actually. He just buys her a Christmas gift. Like, I guess it's nice that they show, like, kind of like not a failing marriage, but like a flamed out marriage in this, like, schluppy Christmas love story where, like, everything's working out. It's nice that things don't work out in one of them, I guess. Spoiler alert, whatever. Not really, but I don't know. That guy was just an asshole, and I really did not care for that storyline at all. Even the assistant was an asshole, too. And the wife I felt bad for, I guess. I like the scene where she listened to Joni Mitchell. And then the Keira Knightley scene. I don't know the 2 fellas, the 2 blokes that she was hanging out with. But that storyline, I'm not afraid of spoilers for a 22-year-old movie here. So she gets married, and the groom's best friend is like recording the movie, and like she wants to go see like his footage of the movie, and then she goes and sees it. Like she ends up prying it out of his. She ends up like he doesn't want her to see it clearly, and then she ends up getting it on, like watching it, and it's just footage of her, and he's just so clearly like he's obviously in love with her. That's the point of this story, and it's very weird. Like the point of this one is this guy's actually in love with his buddy's wife. And it's actually pretty sweet, folks, huh? And nothing actually really ends up coming of it. It's just like, hey, you know what? I'm in love with you, but I'll be able to weirdly stare at you for the rest of our lives rather than actually doing anything about it. And like, I mean, it's 03 Keira Knightley, so it's like one of the most feared hitters in the game, but the whole storyline is completely ridiculous and just stupid. And I don't like that guy. I have nothing against the groom. He doesn't know any better. And I guess Keira Knightley, no, I guess she's kind of weird too. That storyline is just so weird. let's get to what we liked. The Liam Neeson storyline, he plays a guy who loses his wife, and so he lives with so now it's him and his stepson, and that storyline is just so freaking charming. That is Hugh Grant. The whole time you're left like, all right, where's Hugh Grant? But then whenever Liam Neeson and his son are there, you're like, oh, these guys again. Because they're just so funny together. Liam Neeson, I mean, he's great in The Naked Gun this year earlier. He's not even great. He's really good in it. It was funny. But he's so great in this. They just have it's a funny father-son chemistry. It's really great. I don't know if I missed it at the start. I don't know if I was wound up. I was annoyed if I was if I was smirking while I checked my phone while this happened. But late in the movie, they mentioned that he's a stepfather. And it's a really nice, it's the best storyline of the movie, and he's like in love with the girl, and the whole time, like the one guy that you want to get the girl the most throughout the whole movie is this kid. You want him to get the girl so bad, and they actually do get. He's like 8 years old. The airport chase down scene is him. He runs through the airport to chase this girl down, and it is so funny. It's just so goddamn charming. That storyline is so great. Yeah, I mean, Bill Nighy, I already mentioned that. The whole him and his manager thing, that is just absolutely hilarious. That's a good Christmas song, too. I was listening to that on the way home. But yeah, that is probably the fun. Anytime he comes on, he's the kind of character. He becomes the kind of character by the end where every time he comes on screen, you already start laughing. You're like, oh, this guy again. Like, what kind of tricks is this guy going to get up to? And they just worked so much for me, that whole storyline. What was the Colin Firth one? I don't know. Like I said, the guy is just I'm being hard on Colin Firth. He's just a nothing, actually. He's a complete zero. The storyline between the guy and the I think she was Portuguese girl. Or they're French. She was French. Yeah, like the whole language gap barrier storyline, that was super charming. This whole movie is incredibly charming. Every single storyline. Well, I already said it, not to it. But every other one is just, I mean, it's sappy, it's schluppy, it's syrupy sweet, and it's a Christmas movie. It's a really great Christmas movie. I mean, there's not really much else to say. Yeah, I feel like I don't really have much to say. It's a 22-year-old movie. I say that every single time I do one of these. Like, yeah, I don't really actually have anything to say. But I mean, I'm doing one of them, so I didn't even write much down. Most of what I wrote down was about Alamo Drafthouse. But yeah, no, the movie just works. It's just absolutely classic. It turned me around, folks. How about that one? I was so salty going in, but I think it is one of my favorite Christmas movies ever after watching it. It's very funny. I feel like people kind of get trapped and watch the same old Christmas movies over and over every year. But this is one I'd never seen before, and this was so funny. It was so good. What else we got here? There was the people that were like standing in for I don't know if they were like porn stars, or it was just it must have been, but they were like standing in for it, and that whole sequence storyline between those two folks were very funny. That was nice. They just make everything work. It's like incredibly, I mean, on the nose, I guess, but that doesn't matter so much with Christmas movies. Christmas movies are the kind of movies that can do that, and it's fine. And it's like, if it's something that we've seen before, that's fine. That's completely okay. I'm trying to fill time here. I'm going to It's a Wonderful Life Monday. That's much better. Yeah, I mean, Alamo Drafthouse is terrible. I feel like I did like 9 minutes on that instead of Love Actually. And yeah, I'll end on Love Actually. Love Actually is damn good. Watch Love Actually if you haven't seen it. I probably should have done it more justice here because I loved it so much, but it is a damn good time, and it made my heart grow 3 sizes larger. How about that one, folks? Merry Christmas.